Now, what are the benefits of making cold compost? Well, you obviously don't need to stockpile any ingredients. You can just sort of add as you go until you have a good sized pile. But the main benefit is that because you're opting for slower decomposition, you're getting a more mature finished product from a microbial standpoint. And you're maybe a bit more likely to get a more fungal rich compost out of it because, especially if you're not disturbing it and you have a bit more carbon than nitrogen in there, those fungal cultures are going to use that time to really lock in and get established. So when you go and uncover that pile, you might see a lot of white fungal bloom covering the outside. You might even see hyphal strands infusing the materials in the pile. And with this slower decomposition, you're also preserving around 100% of the nitrogen that you do have in the pile because it's been allowed to decompose and stabilize really gently. Now, personally, I like getting that hot compost pile made and then letting it age for a little while after it's cooled down. That's how I like to do it most of the time. And that way I know that I can just use it pretty much whenever I want. It's obviously going to be up to you how you want to go. Now, a couple of downsides to the cold compost approach is that if you have issues attracting pests like raccoons and rats, they will be very likely attracted to the food scraps that you toss in your pile. Of course, if you go the bokashi route for your food scraps, you can fix that problem. Animals are not attracted to acidic materials. Another mistake that I think a lot of people make is when they toss food scraps into a compost bin, and maybe they add some grass clippings and yard debris in there too, but they neglect balancing them things out with carbon. Those containers that seal up are perfect zones to brew up some nasty, gross, sludgy sludge that only by the loosest definitions can be called compost. The best tool that you have for making healthy compost, whether hot or cold, is your nose. If it smells bad, something's gone wrong. And by bad, I just mean like sulfury, poopy, bad breathy, urea-y. Any of those strong odors is a sign that you've got a misbalance of carbon to nitrogen, or you've got anaerobic conditions in the pile. So if this is the case, if you open up your compost tumbler and a zillion flies swarm out and it smells like a swamp, dump it out, mix some wood chips or leaves or straw, and until the odor starts to disappear, and then put it back in.